Hey everyone, this is Rich. I wanted to create a quick explainer video talking about the XNET migration from Polygon to Solana. I wanted to describe the process and also explain why we're doing it this way. So let's first of all give a quick overview of the process. We are going from Polygon to Solana. These are two entirely separate blockchains. Not only do they not share any state, but they're also fundamentally different technologies. And the reason that's important is because Polygon is an Ethereum-based blockchain. And your wallet on Ethereum, that wallet address will also work, for example, on Polygon. It'll work on Base. However, there is no relationship at all between a Ethereum, in this case Polygon wallet, and a Solana wallet. They're entirely different things. They have different underlying representations. Imagine there is a Polygon wallet here that holds 100 Polygon XNET. And what we want to have happen is we want 100 native Solana XNET to pop out over here, right? So this means these tokens have to, in some sense, be kind of locked up, destroyed, taken out of circulation over here, and appear over there, right? So the mechanism that we are going to use involves a two-stage process, the first stage of which is a bridge. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these 100 XNET tokens, and you're going to put them into the wormhole bridge. And that's going to take them to the Solana chain in a wrapped form. So this becomes over here on Solana. Now, presumably on this address, we now have 100 wrapped XNET. So what's a wrap token? A wrap token is kind of a shadow token. It means that over here on Polygon is a little lockbox, if you will. That's my little lockbox diagram that now holds these 100 original XNET. And these are locked forever, or at least they're locked until they were to come back across the bridge. But they're locked, right? And the validity of these 100 wrap tokens, it really depends entirely on there being these 100 tokens that are being held over here, but not even on the same chain. So okay, we've got 100 wrapped XNET over here. The good thing is they're in the proper Solana wallet because you took your tokens and you wormhole bridged them to this wallet, so it was clearly you who had control of these, and clearly you have control of this wallet, but they're not the right thing yet. So the next step is these tokens are then fed into our fancy little converter contract, and the 100 wrapped tokens go in this side and are effectively they're burned. They become unspendable and inaccessible. And then out of this pops 100 native Solana XNET. Okay, so we've accomplished our goal, right? We have gone from our Polygon XNET, and we've ended up with 100 of these shiny new Solana XNET. That's great. But I hear some of you saying, Rich, why is this so complicated? Why couldn't you have just, like, I don't know, taken a snapshot of the Polygon chain and then magically known which Solana wallets to put the resulting tokens in? Well, let's think that through for a moment. So I can completely snapshot every holder of XNET right now. It's trivial. Here's the thing. Some of those wallet addresses I recognize because they're owned by folks like you who are operators. Some of them, I've got no clue. In many cases, they're just wallets held by someone who picks them up on a DEX, right? I don't know who these folks are, and there's no identifying information that would allow me to find out who they are, right? So if I don't know who they are and I can't contact them, how could I possibly find out what their Solana addresses are? And then if I did know what their Solana addresses are, how would I take their old tokens out of circulation, right? Because we've got to do that too. We can't just like magically create new tokens without getting rid of the old tokens, because one of the important things we're going to do here is we're actually going to reduce the supply by a factor of 10. So it would be no good if we just made extra tokens, right? So there has to be a mechanism whereby those old tokens aren't just like, oh, we snapshotted and we've airdropped, but we actually have to take them out of circulation. Well, okay, let's say we're not going to go through this bridging and wrapping and blah, blah, blah process. Let's make a custom contract over here on Polygon, and then we sign in with MetaMask, and then you enter in this box your Solana address, and then you enter in some number of XNET that you want to send over. So maybe that's 100. So in this case, you signed in with your Polygon wallet, you've put your tokens, you've given us your Solana address, and boy, I hope this is correct. You lock your tokens in this thing, and boom, 100 new XNET pop out to that address on the other side. So what we've just described here is a bridge. It's the same thing. It might be a little bit easier to use because it's for a single token and blah, blah, blah. But bridging is really complicated and dangerous. These tokens have to stay effectively locked forever, and you'd be trusting whoever creates this contract that it's correct, because this could also just be a wallet drainer. Hey, send me all of your XNET, folks. I promise I'm going to bridge it. There is no way around having a mechanism that locks these tokens. There's simply no way around it. Because if you could just like pull them out again, well, then you have an increased supply, and that's not what we want. So we decided that although the UX is clunkier, you should probably trust the wormhole bridge a lot more in terms of security and stuff than some random contract that, let's say, I create. And then over here, once these wrap tokens exist, this conversion process from the wrap tokens to this new token is actually very secure, and it's atomic. If this fails, it'll just simply revert. You'll have your wrap tokens again. And we know exactly how many of the new XNET tokens we're putting into this little converter. And that supply is fixed. And it corresponds exactly to how much XNET has been circulating on Polygon. So this step is really straightforward. And importantly, it's decentralized. So what we've just described here is a decentralized, trustless system, right, which is voluntary and will work for anybody. So to recap, the process of migration is inherently complicated. It's inherently complicated because not only do we need to know this mapping from a Polygon wallet address to a Solana wallet, we also have to take the original Polygon tokens out of circulation. And there's simply no way to do that without locking them in some kind of smart contract. Going with this decentralized, trustless, voluntary process, it's slightly more complicated. There are two contracts you have to interact with, maybe rather than just this one, but this is a contract that's existed, or a service that existed on-chain for years. It's believed to be highly reliable. And this token converter, by the way, this token upgrade program is a standard Solana program that we've just instantiated for this purpose. So again, there's very little, there's basically no new lines of code here. So we think this is just a much more trustworthy, lower risk, more decentralized process. And that's why we're doing it this way. So I hope this has been helpful. And if you've got any questions about this, we're going to be publishing the full documentation on this, and maybe we'll give you a little video walkthrough for this to help you on your way. But thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.